Shalom, family. Once again, checking in for a little bit with another edition of Spiritual Food for Thought. So I always say, family, a hope in your world that is bearable. Because in this world, that's what it's supposed to be with us. It's about being just bearable. And when I say that, family, what I'm talking about is for us to remember, family, that we don't belong here. I mean, the condition of this world and all the things we see going on right now, family, as a child of the Most High, if you haven't figured that out, then, it's something, you ain't at a good place. I mean, family, as we see this world, and how dark it's got, how it continues to get darker, the wickedness and all of this stuff. And as, I guess part of the ultimate goal of this world itself, is to desensitize people where they get used to this. But family, as a child of the Most High, with the spirit of his divine love in us, how can we get used to this? There's no getting used to the wickedness that we see today. The murders, the idolatry, all the human trafficking that we see. This whole world is about human trafficking, because all of us is a possession in this world for the wicked to continue to do dirt to, and to abuse and enslave and corrupt and all the things that's going on in this world. The child of the Most High Power could never get used to this world. So there's no way that we can accept this, family. So this is why we desire to be delivered from it. This is one of the reasons why it's getting worse, because this is supposed to make us cry out to our Father, to show us the helplessness of this existence, to show us the reality that, family, we don't belong here. We shouldn't even be trying and desiring to be a part of their world. I hear so many people talking about getting land and getting businesses, money, and all of this old kind of stuff to continue to be a part of everything that this hell is. See, many of us, we don't understand. We in the gates of hell. That's what this existence is, the gates of hell. You know what I'm saying? This is where we're being processed, where the Most High Power is using the gates of hell to try and test us. And when Yahushua said the gates of hell will not prevail against my assembly, he was talking about those that are his. Recognize this is the gates of hell. Because this is the process of our trying and testing, that he's proven the investment of the Ruach of his divine love that he's placed in those who he's chosen. So as we have the spirit of the Most High Power in us, family, there's no way we could ever get used to this. There's no way that we could desire to be at peace with this world. Because this world does not exemplify the righteousness of the Most High Power. So it don't exemplify his righteousness, then how can we continue to desire to be at peace with this world? This is why I'm saying, family, the Father is taking us to the next level of understanding. And through the revelation of the spirit of his divine love, family, he's showing us things about ourselves. He's showing the things that we've been lied to that's caused us to be complacent in this world, to be okay with being in this world. As long as our bills is paid, as long as we got the house we want, as long as we got the cars we want, as long as we got everything in this life that makes this life pleasant to us, then we good. And then when we look around and we see our brothers and sisters in a total different place, yet we content with being a part of this, well, the point when we talk about the kingdom of the Most High, we think that it's going to be about this. Then it shows, family, we don't have a heart of Father. Because we live in a world, family, that breaks the laws of nature in order to be a part of this. Because this is never the way the Most High Power meant for us to live. This is Hasatan's doing. Because this is a world without the Most High Power. This is a kingdom that's been built off of lies and deception, off of idolatry, off of murder, all these things is why this world exists today. Family, we can't be a part of this. And so as we continue to seek out and as we filled with His Spirit, family, we begin to see these things for what they are. This is man's world. This is Hasatan's kingdom. See, because the spirit of fallen man, man's pride is one with Hasatan, because it's all the same thing. Okay? There's no love here. This is all as a result of the spirit of hate. Because fallen man can never accept the reality, of the Father's love, because it's an exemplification of the spirit of self-hatred that we walk in our flesh. So we need to be delivered from this, family. And the only way we're going to be delivered from this is to be born of the Spirit. But we ain't going to be born of the Spirit unless what? We ask. See, He said He freely give the Spirit to those who ask. He said He freely and gladly give the Spirit to those who ask. Who's asking to be filled with the Spirit of the Most High today? People asking for knowledge. They asking for things and stuff. They asking to know about this, that, and the other. And all of these things. And all of these things they asking for is nothing but something that's going to lift up their pride. Because what is one of the things that Scripture says? It said pride. It says knowledge puffs up. Yeah, because it makes the person believe and think more of themselves. Because, I got this knowledge. I know this, I know that. Don't nobody else know. And if somebody else do know, I know more than them. That's pride. So how is that getting us closer to the Father? It's not. It's getting us away from Him. Because He said He resists the proud, but He gives grace or power or favor to the humble. Those with the childlike mind, the desires to know the will of His Creator, His Heavenly Father. To understand what His place and purpose and why the Father even brought Him into this existence. And then how He can serve the Father. So the bottom line is, as I said, family, we live under the spirit of pride, which is nothing but the spirit of Hasatan. It causes us to have a desire to esteem ourselves and lift ourselves up and accomplish all the things and stuff we want to in this existence. So what is that about? That's about fulfilling our pride, ourselves. So the bottom line is the Father ain't got nothing to do with it. This is Hasatan's world. So we can't be content to want to be a part of this existence. And so the divine love of the Father takes us to another level of understanding, where we understand that the Father is nature, and He got everything to do with nature, because nature is a manifestation of His divine power and rule and control over His creation. So until we understand that, it was never meant for us to control any of that. See what I'm saying? The reality is, they've even misconstrued the thing that as Yahusha manifested, it wasn't that Yahusha was controlling the Father's creation as He manifested the signs and stuff that He did. He was one with the Father. So He simply manifested what the Father desired. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is, we think we're supposed to control. That's the spirit of our pride that causes us to believe that we're supposed to control the Father's creation. That's been a lie and a trick of the devil. The only thing the Father meant for us to control, family, is ourselves. But see, we can't come to understand that because we're so busy trying to rule everything around us, and we don't understand that reality. Because that's the spirit of pride that keeps driving us to think that we're supposed to rule the Father's creation. No, the only thing He meant for us to have control over, family, is ourselves. So we could rule ourselves. So we could be what and who He desires us to be, and how we could serve Him in the kingdom. And ultimately, it's about us serving His creation. It's about us serving and helping our brothers and sisters around us as fellow men, fellow creatures, and Mother Earth and who He brought us all forth from. That's the kingdom of the Most High Power. because it's his kingdom. Because only the Father has the right to rule. And he simply rules us by giving us the understanding that we have as created beings. So that's how we serve him. As we're able to love ourselves with the divine love of his spirit. You see what I'm saying? Because until we're able to do that, we can't love anything else around us. So we simply walk in the spirit of self-hatred. And that's a sign of our pride. That's why we always trying to prove ourselves. So other people can look up to us. You see what I'm saying? Prove, look, I can do this, I can do that. Look at me, look at me. So then it causes other people to try to be like you. So then guess what? You cause them to hate themselves. It's like a virus that spread and corrupted this whole world. That's the whole nature of fallen man. Because only the Father's meant to rule his creation. So that's been another deception of lies that we've been under, that we've been created in this under this spirit of vanity. But it's so the Father could redeem those that he's chosen out of this. Said, you're in the world, but I've chosen you out of this world by my spirit. So therefore, you could be conformed to the understanding of me as your creator. That's the words of the Father to us, family. And these are the things that he wants to share for us, to us. He never meant for anybody else to be in between us and him as our creator and our heavenly Father. This is why Yahushua was an example of what and who we are, but we don't know it because we've been conformed to the image of this world. We got to be delivered from this. And so at the call of the Spirit at this time, family, this is exactly what the Father's doing. He's speaking to those that have an ear to hear. That's his children. And he's calling us out of this world as we begin to hear his voice. And we no longer hear the voices of men, but we hear the voices of our Elohim from within. Because this is where he's been the whole time. Knocking on the doors of our mind, trying to speak to our minds. But our hardened hearts, because of the teachings of men, have kept us blind from that and kept us from understanding that reality. So at the time of the awakening that's really happening right now, he's opening the eyes and the ears of those who he's really chosen. And we beginning to hear the call of the Spirit. And it's about to separate us from this world to the point where we realize right now we can no longer live in peace with this world. There ain't no way. We can't be a part of this world because we see this world. We're beginning to see this world through the eyes of our Father, and we know he ain't got nothing to do with this. So the bottom line is that, as I said, he said he freely gives the Spirit to those who ask gladly. And so if we ain't seeking to be filled with his Ruach and come to the understanding of his mind, guess what? Been handed over to the reprobate mind, and you're going to accept, and you're going to think that it's okay to be a part of this world. Just as long as I put the name Yahuwah or Yahusha or whatever religion you want to come up with, put that name in front of it, it's okay to keep doing the things of this world. When the Father get done, this stuff that we've been a part of in this world, he going to destroy all of it. He going to wipe it out. Because this world is not nature friendly. And to be not nature friendly is not to be friendly with the Creator, the perfect will of the Creator. So, as I said, he's about to show us a whole different way of life, family. And the bottom line is, we got to get this, because if we don't, we're going to be destroyed. It's just simple as that. So, I want to say this before moving on, that we, I'm not a teacher. I'm not trying to teach you or tell you. I'm not trying to convince you of anything, family. It's only the Spirit of the Most High, as you seek him out, can convince you of anything. So I'm just trying to share things, family, to give us something to consider, and that we need to understand that the Father is showing us things about why we do the things we do, how fearfully and wonderfully we're made. It's the only chance we got to overcome this flesh. Because, as the Father shows us, yes, the battle is ours. When he shows us, once he shows us, then it's for us to step up and walk in obedience to what he says because of the understanding he gives us. So with that said, family, moving on, it's up to the Most High ultimately, though, to convince you of the truth that you hear. So with that said, family, I'm going to move on. And what I want to talk about a little bit. Okay. Is it on this page? Was it on here? Okay. This is the one. Okay. As created beings, the earthen vessels we are. One way or another, family, we possessed by spirits. We are possessed by spirit. Okay, these earthen vessels are simply hosts for the spirit world. And we need to come to understand that, family. This is the way that the Most High created all things. And this is the process that he chose in order to bring forth ultimately his real creation, his true creation, and that's the kingdom of the Most High. Well, all things will be made one. All things will be under subjection of his perfect will, and that's his divine order, where all of us get to function to the full capacity in which he created us to function, to serve him. First part of serving the Most High, as we're able to understand ourselves and what our purpose is, so that we can understand how we serve him. Okay? For myself personally, I'm just going to speak on that. Because in reality, family, is still the same for all of us. It's just that we have to have the understanding of the Father. To us, our minds have to come into understanding and subjection to what he desires of us. Okay? So, speaking of myself, see, I need to understand why the Father created me. I need to understand how he sees me. Not based on what I done learned from this world. Because this world has lied to me. For my whole life, family has done nothing but lie to me. I don't have no surefire answers from this world about who I am and what my purpose is. See, I don't even understand why I do the things I do. There's some things I do, and I say, man, why did I even do that? Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, how many times do I say, Father, I just don't know. What is it? What's really going on? What am I really doing? Sometimes I look at my life, family, and it's like I've squandered my whole life because I don't see really nothing that I've done that really glorified the Most High in my life, where it made a difference in somebody else's life, or blessed his creation in some way around. I don't see it. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time I feel like I squandered my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to be honest, just being transparent, just being transparent, okay? Sometimes my life, family, I don't see no reason to keep doing this because I don't seem to be making a difference in anybody's life. I don't seem to be doing anything that glorifies the Most High. Because it's like in this world, there's nothing you can do that glorifies the Most High, because all it do is lift up us, our consciousness, in more self-awareness to this world and the things of this world. You know what I'm saying? As I continue to be a part of this world. Because I don't have no choice but to do what the world tells me. Because what other way is for me to live that I can see, that I can understand? I know this world is in violation of the laws of nature. I know the things of this world is all about lifting up man. I know this family, I know this. But in reality, in my present state, I don't know what I could do about to change that. So in reality, as I look at it, I don't think I can change that. Because what and who am I? You see what I'm saying? So as this happens, I don't see no value. So it makes me feel like, why am I here? What's the point? It makes me want to quit and give up. Because I don't see the Father. I don't see the Most High in this world. Because he ain't. This is Hasatan's world, family. And we got to come to grips with that. We have been made subject to vanity, which is made subject to this world and the cares and the things of this world, family. It causes us to be a slave to this world. Because in our heart of hearts, we love the Most High Power. We want to serve him, but we realize we can't because we in bondage to all of this crap in this world. So I understand, family, he's my only hope to be delivered from this world. He's my only hope. So, family, understanding that this is the spiritual warfare that's going on inside of us because our minds are slaves to this world. And we got to realize the only way we can be free from this world is that our minds got to be renewed by the spirit of his divine love that gives us purpose and understanding in all things on what the Most High desired for us and how he meant to bring us through this so that we ultimately can serve in his kingdom. And understanding, as I understand it, yes, all he desired us to be, family, is ourselves, but with the understanding of his mind. But the only thing, family, only he can bring that forth. We can't conjure that up. We can't make that up. We can't do it ourselves. Family, apart from him, we can do nothing. That's what the word says. So it's in him that we live and move and have our being. He got us reason. He has his reason for allowing us to suffer this stuff for as long as we have. But yet, family, how does he prove that? Yeah, because one of the fruits of the Spirit is what? Being long-suffering. And sometimes it's hard. But it's the Spirit of his Ruach that gives us the strength, family, to push on. That's the only reason why we hang on, family. It's his Ruach that he placed in us. It's the only reason. It ain't nothing in us ourselves, family. It's only by the Spirit of the Most High Power that we're able to push on. So, family, as hard as it is sometimes, it's him that keeps us going. I'm sorry for getting emotional, family, but it is what it is. Man, I ain't nothing without the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we do have to let them tears go. And quit acting like we some kind of Superman because we ain't nothing apart from the Most High. So family, it's only him because other than his spirit, the spirit of his divine love, family, we are possessed by devils and demons. Okay? It is what it is. That's what these earthen vessels, because these earthen vessels are the portals for the spirit world. Okay? Even the Holy Spirit. Because this was what it's about, family. It's about the Spirit of the Most High possessing our minds to possess these temples that bring forth the works of the Most High power and his glory and his righteousness. And I said, the righteousness of the Most High is by his Spirit. It ain't by no book. It ain't by no man, but it's only by his Spirit. And this is why we must continue to cry out for a greater portion of the Spirit, family, every day and throughout the day. That we be filled with his Spirit. That he bring forth the investment of his Ruach that he's placed within us. That he's birthing us. He's bringing about the birth of the kingdom. Because ultimately, family, through his Spirit, we going to manifest the kingdom. The kingdom is going to come forth through us. And this is the work that the Father's doing. But family, we can't come into this because all we've been doing is all these years, family, is going, as one of my wife's best friends used to say, round, 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 round. Because we keep going through the same stuff because we don't get it. Because our pride keeps blocking our brains from understanding that we ain't doing something right. Because that's what the Father does. He'll take you round and round and round and round on that same issue. And you keep saying, why keep going through that? Because you ain't understanding what the Father's trying to teach us. So we keep going through the same BS, family, and he going to take us there till we get it. See, when we understand, family, when he do away with that spirit of pride, we understand it ain't nothing we can do without his power, without his grace. Until we start walking the spirit of humility and stop walking in some damn pride, because pride ain't nothing but the lies of Hasatan that make us deify our own self. Because that's what the whole problem with us. It's about man worship. And these devils make us worship man, make us worship ourselves. Because, family, we are the vessels. The only way that they can keep doing what they do is through us. Period. Because when they can't possess a body, that's when they're chained up. So as we continue to be filled with his spirit, they can no longer possess your body to carry out the works that they do. So see, this is the importance of us being born again, family, because until we're born again, other than the spirit of the Most High, we possessed by devils and demons. Because who they do their works through? Fallen man. All the murders we see, what is it? That's devils executing their nature in fallen man. As we look at human trafficking, devils doing their works. Who is that through? Spirit of fallen man. As people continue to get abused, the animals in this world continue to get abused. All these things. What is this? Demonic spirits working through fallen man. That means men is lifted up in pride in their own self-awareness. And all they care about their own pleasure. So the bottom line is, family, this is why we need, absolutely, there is no ifs, ands, and about it. Anything that's in each of us that opposes the perfect will of the Most High Power, it's a devil. It's a freaking demon that's possessing our minds, that's causing us to go on in that behavior. This is why we must be born again. See, we must understand, family, that it starts with each of us. See what I'm saying? Until we get our eyes off of everybody else and understand that we got problems and that we got issues. And only the Most High can deliver us from those things. And as he begins to teach us about ourselves and why we do the things we do, then in the light of his absolute truth, of his spirit, family, the works of darkness don't make sense to us no more. So therefore, we can't walk in those works of darkness no more. Thus, behavior can't continue anymore because they don't make sense to us anymore. Because anything that defies the perfect will of Elohim, our Elohim, the Most High Power, Yahweh, don't make sense. So as a created being, family, we become subject to the perfect will of our Creator. So we submit to his will gladly, because now it's our nature. It ain't got nothing to do with what we think and all that stuff, because nature is stronger than any head knowledge. Period. Our nature is stronger than some kind of head knowledge. So this is all a part of the born again experience that the Father's taking us through right now in this hour. Because he knows that our greatest enemy is our understanding of self. And until we understand ourselves and know ourselves, we can't possibly overcome self. Because self would be what? The spirit of our pride. So that's the enemy that needs to be done away with. And he can only be done away with by the grace of the Most High Power and the spirit of his divine love that causes us to see ourselves through his eyes. So therefore, we're able to conform to his divine will and his divine order. Because that's what the kingdom of the Most High Power is about, family. It's about his perfect, unadulterated, perfect order of his divine order, where all things are one. Because as I said in the past, divine means one. That means all things is in agreement to the perfect will of Elohim. So there ain't nothing that can violate that or come against that, because anything of that, where it's going to exist, yep, is in outer darkness, in that place of the lake of fire, which is the least side of the kingdom. where the fire is never quenched and the worm dieth not. So family, we got to understand these things. We got to be brought into the understanding of our Creator's will for our lives as far as his kingdom is concerned. And it's only those that he's chosen are concerned with these things. Because those who don't care, it's none of his. And they been just like one of the things he said, he's created those to obtain grace and mercy. Then he's created those to obtain wrath. And it is what it is. So family, we got to understand, what really is important to us. Does it really matter what the Father thinks? Because if it doesn't, we ain't want to hear. Those who don't think what the Father thinks, they ain't none of his. It's what it is. They belong to Hasatan. And that's the things of this world. And so therefore they want this world to go on. The favor they have in it, they enjoy that stuff. So they want this to go on. So guess what? It's because they don't belong to the Father. Because those who belong to the Father know this ain't his world, and we don't belong here. And we don't want no parts of it. So we got to understand the reality, family. If we ain't possessed of his spirit, family, we possessed by demons. And that's how critical this is. This is how real it is. We are ruled by the spirit of the Most High power, the Ruach HaKodesh, or Holy Spirit, or we possessed by the spirit of Hasatan, which is the spirit of darkness, which is the spirit of death. Because that's what it is. Hasatan is the spirit of not only death, but eternal death. It's eternal death. Outer darkness, all of those things that separate us from the, what am I trying to say? Separate us from the divine love of our Creator. Okay? Which is the one that makes us one and on one accord, because we understand our place and our purpose. So we able to walk in that. And we walk in that by nature. In gladness and joy and stuff. Because we know that's the will of our Creator, and that's why we was created, and this is how we serve him. So what's better than that? You can be at peace with who you are, because that's who he made you. And how you serve him is to be yourself. And the gifts and the talents and whatever he's placed in you to serve him, you walk in those and you be at perfect peace. So then it don't matter what other people do and what they got and all that kind of stuff. You don't covet their talents and their gifts and stuff, because you ain't them. And the Most High didn't mean for you to be them. He didn't mean for you to be like them. Just like even now, fam, he don't mean for us to be like Yahusha. He don't mean for us to imitate him and stuff. But he desires us to be ourselves and who he made us. Yahusha is who he is, who he was. He was the firstborn of many brothers. He opened the door for us all to come into that reality, to be a child of the Most High power, that understands that all the Father wanted us to be is ourselves, but with the understanding of his mind, so we can serve him. Because to try to be like somebody else is being fake. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what devils do. That's why I don't call familiar spirits. Yeah, because they monkey see, monkey do. So what's human nature? Monkey see, monkey do. We got to be delivered from that, family, because the Father's only concerned with what's real. And he made us real. He meant for us to be real. This is why I say the only chance you got when you get naked. Because that's what it's about today. We got to get naked. Because until we come in our nakedness and we stand before the Most High, we don't see our need to be whole, to be made righteous. So we settle for being naked. And then still, in our fallen nature, our nakedness shames us. So we always trying to cover it up. Well, there ain't no covering up nakedness before the Most High. There's no such thing. He knows our nakedness. So therefore, guess what? He also understands that in our nakedness is supposed to break our pride and bring us to the place where we desire to be changed, where we desire to be made righteous before him, because he's our creator. You can't fake the creator. You see what I'm saying? So only we can be real and honest before him. And as I said, that's the beginning of holiness. Because when we quit playing games and we cry out to our Father to make us whole, to make us one with Him, so that we can serve Him in fullness, what we were supposed to be, what we was created to be, family. We've been actors in this damn world. That's why we so drawn to entertainment. Because entertainment just takes us out the reality of how bad our situation really is. So we lose ourselves and we live a vicarious life through the characters and all of that stuff that we watch on TV. But when the movie's over, it's still back to square one. We still in that place of nakedness and unfulfillment and all the frustration that we feel because we don't know what's going on. But sometimes, family, the Father has to bring us to these realities, family, so that we can get real. So we can know that there's no way we can hide. There's nowhere we can run. There's no way we can escape from self, man. Not knowing self, not understanding self. Because we was created to serve the Most High power. And until we come into that understanding and come into that place, family, we'll never know peace. We'll never be whole. We'll never be anything we desire to be in Him until this process is over, man. So we got to understand, man, and we got to embrace the process that we in right now and continue to cry out to the Most High to deliver us and make us one so that we can truly serve Him. Because, family, if we ain't, we've been tormented by these demons that continues to possess our bodies and torment us with all this, with the lies and all the things that we be dealing with as we make bad choices that cause us more pain and suffering and all these things, family. Because the bottom line is, if you ain't at peace with the Most High power, there's no hope for us. No hope for us, family. So, family, as I said, excuse me for getting emotional, but, I'm passionate about this stuff, family. The hour's late. The hour's late. The hour is late, and we gotta get it. We gotta cry out to the Most High for deliverance from all of this stuff, family. Because if we don't, we're gonna be destroyed right along with Hasatan and those that are His. So we got to get this, family. We got to cry out. We got to repent. We got to seek the Father about the repentance that He really wants. And it can't come until we understand by His Spirit. So, family, I think pretty much that's all I got to say. Just understanding the reality is our family. We ain't being ruled by the Spirit of the Most High. We're being ruled by demons. Because that's how they get in. That's why we see this world what we see right now. It's because demons coming through us just bringing forth all this stuff. That's why I say, family, child of the Most High can't be a part of this. We can't do this no more. So we got to be delivered. So we got to cry out to our Creator, just like He said, for deliverance, family. Just like He said. So, family, with that said, I hope I said something to give you something to consider and think about. And I just pray that the Most High continue to help you and protect you and lead you and guide you as long as you continue to seek Him out for yourself. So, family, with that said, till next time, I want to say one love and shalom.